Hey guys, welcome back to episode 20. What is this? 26? Like the 26th episode of the FlowJoe Clubhouse. It's like the 26th one. Dude, we got our usual selves as usual, because this is the usual. And then we also have a guest today. Bryn, introduce yourself.
Hello, it's me. My name's Brynimation. Bryn.
Yes. Every avid FlowJoe fan should recognize him. He voices Landlord from Roommates.
Yeah.
The best character.
Been doing it a long time now.
Yeah.
I think it's been like 8 years now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's wild.
I know. And speaking of 8 years, we're in the year 2022 because we took a time warp. We took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. We entered a time warp, and now we're, instead of being in 2021, we're in 2022 for this episode. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience, but don't worry, we'll send this audio back in time so it can be played at the right time.
Yeah, that you mean forward?
Yes.
No, because no.
No.
Hey guys, welcome to FlowJoe's Clubhouse, episode 2022. Anyway, so today Bryn's on here, which makes this, now that Bryn's on here, we have gotten every Roommates crew member on the podcast, which is cool.
Yay!
Hey.
Round of applause.
Yippee.
Round of one applause. Actually, I have a bunch of questions for Bryn. That I'm interested to know. Okay, let's start with the first question. How did you find Roommates? Like, was it recommended to you? Was like Joe advertising it on the street?
Yeah,
that's a good question. It was many years ago now, so I'm not sure if I remember fully. But I think I definitely came across it just kind of, I think in my recommended, like, because a big inspiration of mine was Ed's World, and I suppose that was probably pretty, Joseph, I'm assuming Ed's World was a pretty big inspiration for you as well.
I'll say yes, because everybody says that.
Is it not true? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It is one of my influence, but it's not the biggest one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. But I just, the reason I brought that up was because I'd imagine that Roommates sort of got recommended to me because I was watching Ed's World. And yeah, I'm not really sure how we got talking though. Do you remember, Joseph?
I think I do. If I remember correctly, oh man, 10 years ago, or like
doesn't remember.
No, I remember. Okay, because it was
in preschool.
True. I think what happened is that during, Bryn, remember Sammy Crosby?
Oh yeah.
I think what happened is that when we were making the second episode of Roommates, the crossover of Sammy's World, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Sammy told me about you, because it was like really good timing because the previous voice for Landlord like just quit, and so I was in need of another voice, and so Sammy was telling me about you. And so I shot you an email, I think, and we talked, and then I think that's how you got on.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar, actually. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened to Sammy, but yes, I do remember him.
Oh well, good news, Sammy is still alive.
Hooray!
Actually, yeah. What Gerardo talked to him recently, actually, so he's doing fine. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I was a little bit worried because he just kind of dropped off the radar.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, he's all right.
He started a new channel on YouTube or something.
No, he's well, from I know is that he makes music now. So like, I think he has a new channel, but I know he doesn't go by the same alias anymore. Obviously.
Back when he left, he had just.
We were me and Joe were having a small conversation about that when we were hanging out, because I was talking to him about like a band that I'm into, and how like there was like a lot of lost media around that band because it was like in the 2000s when the band was popular, and a lot of stuff gets put on the internet in the early days and gets lost to time because people delete it or websites go defunct and stuff like that. And he had mentioned Sammy's World, and I think he said you still have like a bunch of the videos saved on your hard drive or one of your old hard drives. Yeah,
I have not all of them because I know some are gone or like I don't have them, but I have most of the first 2 seasons on my hard drive, but it's like my old hard drive, so I have to like look through it. It's like in the attic.
But I'm like, wow, you're in possession of like actual lost media.
I know, right? But I don't
That was
think
some.
I don't think Sammy would want me to post those.
No, like not publish it, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like,
but yeah, I do have them in my old hard drive.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Joseph, so Edswell wasn't sort of your main inspiration. So what was your main inspiration, if you don't mind me asking?
Mostly, well, definitely art style wise was Adventure Time because I was a huge Adventure Time fan at the time,
Oh yeah, same.
and other like Cartoon Network stuff. And then like when it comes to webtoons, like some inspirations were like Mugman and like Group 5.
Okay, I'm actually not familiar with them.
Well, Mugman more. Mugman is like a show about a mug that turns into a man.
Uh,
I don't.
Did the guy get canceled?
Oh yeah, the creator got like in trouble like last year or something because he was like what homophobic or something.
oh,
I know.
Something like that, or that he harassed people, or I forgot something like
I know. It's always people always get in trouble for like the cool things. Like no, like making cool things. No, like
For the cool.
No, wait, I'm not saying that's cool. I mean, like people who make cool things always get like in trouble or like get revealed to be like bad people, and it's like, oh man.
yeah, it's almost heartbreaking. Like it's like, oh, why did it have to be you?
Right?
Just wait until Joe.
Oh man, I can't wait for I get canceled. I made roommates. That's my only reason.
Bryn, do you know what roommates episode you watched when you first like found Joe? Like, do you remember what episode it was that was recommended to you?
Hmm. Uh.
I think there were only like 2 at the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm bad at answering questions. I actually don't remember. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't remember anything past last week, so you're good.
I don't remember my. Everyone says that they remember their first time. I don't.
True. I was gonna say, let's. I have a question for Bryn.
Yes.
Well, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah.
Okay, Bryn. I was gonna say, how have you felt that you've been voicing Lance for like 8 years now?
Yeah, it's kind of it's crazy really because I started voicing him when I was a little baby, pretty much. I guess I would have been like 13 or 14, maybe even, yeah, probably 13 or 14.
Yeah, I think we're the same age.
Yeah, yeah. And it's kind of interesting to watch the earlier ones where you hear my ridiculously prepubescent voice.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But it's
very
actually
age.
I think it's a really nice thing, even though it's not, obviously it's not like my main source of income or anything like that.
None of us make income.
Yeah. but it's something that's sort of been like a nice little part of like a really big chunk of my life now. So it's something I look very fondly on, I think, being Lance. Yeah.
It sounds kind of cool when you think about it. Like, I get, and I've been in a situation where you like hear your past self and you're like, oh, but like at the same time, it's like, especially you working on this for 8 years, like you kind of hear your voice kind of grow up.
Yeah.
Alongside, like as you make these new episodes and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's kind of a little bit similar to like to something like Adventure Time, because the voice actor grew up with the character. The voice actor of Finn sort of grew up with the character. You sort of hear him mature and stuff, and yeah, it's nice. It's like a little time capsule or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
just remember
definitely-
back in the old days when you sounded like a text to speech.
Yeah. That was a weird time for me.
it was a transitional era. He was growing up.
Oh yeah, I think
Prolonged voice crack.
And Joseph, I think there was one. I think the Christmas episode where I sent you lines over Skype,
Yeah.
but I was going on holiday, so I never they never actually sent, so you had to just do the text to speech.
Yeah,
thing.
I did like a Banjo-Kazooie thing where they were like whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. That must have really screwed things up.
no, it's all right. But a funny story about that actually. A few years after that, I actually like downloaded the file still, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
but I was like, I sort of forgot, I guess, because the episode was already up. So like, oh well. But a few years later, I actually re-edited the episode because you know how they were split into two parts originally.
Yeah.
I re-edited it into one part and actually reincorporated those lines into the episode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they're not not all of them's whoop whoop whoop. It's just like one part that's supposed to be like that because it's like a reference. But yeah, so they were used in the end.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Oh, I had a follow up question to the voicing Lance for almost 10 years. How do you feel? How do you feel for the? Are you ready for the finale?
Well, I'm certainly very excited to see the episode, and it's awesome for me that I get to do a little bit of. Can I say this that I'm doing a little bit of animation for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Oh.
That's pretty. That's really exciting for me because I've sort of over the past couple of years I've been pretty busy with school and stuff and haven't been really doing much animation, but so it's nice to be able to do some again. Um, and yeah, I think I might actually get a little bit emotional watching it. Knowing that it's the end of the character's story. Think I
Yeah.
might.
It
How are you feeling about it ending, Joseph? Because it's a it's your baby.
I have to make it, so it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
um.
Joe's talked to me about this for a long time. Like I guess if we're being a little bit more serious and stuff here, like I know Joe has said like he I'm pretty sure he enjoyed roommates when he worked on it, but I know now he pretty much wants to be done with it
Oh
now.
yeah. No, I hate working on it now. I want it to be over already.
And every new cast member feels the same way.
So true. Everybody agrees. The
Yeah, just end this already.
yeah, well yeah, like I've been planning this finale specifically since at least like the current version at least since 2019. So
Oh.
it's been a few years like planning wise, but I right now I have like a final outline of how I want it to be and I think it's pretty good. Like I think the fans will like it a lot. Like I think it's a good conclusion to the series.
Good.
It wraps mostly everything up and I think it flows well and it gives some lore or something
Some
Wow.
more something.
or something.
Lore,
Bryn, how okay, like so now I wonder about this. When Joe gives you the lines to read, do you just kind of read them like as it says, or do you sometimes want to put your own spin on it, or ask him like, well, what if I said this instead? You know what I mean? Or do you just kind of like, I'll just do it as
Uh,
he tells me to?
well, for the most part, I tend to stick pretty strongly to the script, but I do tend to send a couple of takes of each line. Like when I send the lines over, I'll have like, I'll write the name of the line and then labeled take 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Just so Joseph's got a few different options to choose from. I don't I've never actually asked if that's if you like that, Joseph. I've always just kind of done it. How do you feel about that?
Oh no, it's great because so I do usually take like alternate takes. Like for instance, I use like like 1 2 3 you're talking about. Like I used one take of one line, right? But then for another line, I might use the third take. It's
Okay,
like
good.
no,
Yeah,
yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's good.
good,
It's
good.
useful.
Yeah,
I get
but
some leverage. I get like
yeah, I mean, because I do that, I guess, because just on the off chance that the delivery isn't quite right on one of them. So yeah.
yeah.
Interesting,
Joe's
very
other
interesting.
recording process is just getting in a call and telling you you're doing it wrong forever.
True.
Wrong,
But
wrong.
yeah, but I usually do that with like other people, but I usually can't with Bryn because time zone restraints, and also he's pretty busy.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, time zones.
Bryn, why do you have to live in the UK?
I'm sorry, man.
True.
Okay,
So far away.
that brings up something else that I'm curious about.
Oh,
Um, when because I know you're from the UK, and you obviously have that accent, right? Do you
Yes.
do you get a lot of like? So I imagine you probably have gotten a lot of like emails that are like, "Hey, would you want to voice in my show? Like, I need you to be this British person." How often do you get those emails, or how often did you get those emails? Because I know where I imagine there's a lot of people who watch Roommates that are like, "I want a British person to be in my show."
yeah. I mean, you know, luckily, well, not necessarily luckily, but it doesn't happen very often at all. But it has happened, um, and I don't mind it at all. Really, I think it's kind of nice that people sort of, I guess, think that I do it well enough that they want me. I guess it's nice to feel wanted. Um,
I
but
understand.
yeah, hasn't happened like enough to the point where it's annoying. It's just kind of happened enough where I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Do
good.
it well enough. You mean to tell me the accent is fake and you're just very convincing?
Yeah,
Plot
I
twist.
actually yeah I actually live in the heart of Texas. I'm making this up.
Damn.
Lives in Paris, Texas. Have you ever
Yeah.
tried to do an American accent? What's your best attempt at an American accent?
Oh no. Hmm. Is there a specific part of America I should try and do?
Uh, try
Southern would be very
Texas,
funny.
because
Oh
Yeehaw.
yeah, because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
you should know it by heart.
I think man. Uh,
Say, hey guys, you want to go down to Whataburger?
Hell yeah.
hey. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it without offending people. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Anytime, anytime I try to do a British accent, it just turns into Australian, so don't feel too bad.
I feel like it definitely feels impossible if you're trying to do a British accent, because it always goes into like an Australian accent, because when someone says mate, you start going
Yeah.
like Australian
Oi,
at that
mate.
point.
My
Yeah, it's like that's not it anymore. Like you've lost it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like there are kind of sort of two or three sort of main British accents. There's like there's like the one that is sort of Australian, the really posh one. Talking like the Queen, and then there's the kind of really Cockney one that's like, all right, bruv, that sort of thing.
yeah.
What's your favorite one? Accent from the UK.
Oh, well, like actual accents from the UK or of those three I mentioned.
Of the UK, I guess. I don't know.
I'm actually a big fan of like a really thick Scottish accent, because they're quite often kind of they're sort of one of those accents where it's like, dude, are you speaking English right now? Yeah, and I just really like that.
Yeah.
Those are.
Looking at the Scots language dialect whatever is very funny. He's like, you don't
Yeah,
understand it, but you read it in a Scottish accent forcibly.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I love it. I love those tweets that are like someone would tweet it out
Yeah.
like with the Scottish dialect, and it's like, what are they even talking about?
yeah.
Love that
It,
kind
it,
of thing.
True, Shrek
what
is
is the
so
one?
cool.
What is the accent from Birmingham? What does that one sound like? Because I can't remember exactly what it is like.
Oh, I'm not even sure. I've never been to Birmingham actually. So I'm actually not too familiar with that accent at all.
Oh really? Because
wasn't-
Yeah, Ruben, don't be
I would hear
racist.
I always
True.
hear it. I always hear it, Joe,
No,
and
you
I
don't.
always hear people make fun of it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You don't even have ears.
Okay. I'm deaf now.
I just, when I hear Birmingham, I just think of what was it? Was it in like Mississippi or some place? There's a town called that where people are very, very racist.
Yeah,
In Texas?
I think it's the same name, Birmingham.
Yeah,
Dude, the whole upper north is racist.
true.
What?
Yeah.
The whole of the U.S.
Yeah?
is racist. The whole of Britain, the whole world is racist.
It's like Among Us. One of them is an imposter.
Especially Norway.
True. Norway is sus.
How long did you live in Norway, by the way?
We moved to the U.S. when I was like 1 or 2. And
Oh,
so
okay.
I do not speak the language very well. I had to learn it
Do you go back and visit often or not really?
like once every 3 years, but we couldn't this year because of issues. You know,
Yeah.
funny. Some things don't change when you go forward in time 1 year.
Mhm.
It turns out that
They got
whatever
that
was
Norway
happening in
tax.
2020 wasn't gonna end by the summer.
True.
Yeah.
This is
Remember
gonna
when we
go on
thought it
for
was going to be a
2 years.
2-month thing?
Here we are, 2 years later.
Here we are in the future. And
Yeah,
it's
true.
bad. I mean, I'm still working on Roommate, so it has to be a bad future.
True, dude.
But yeah. Bryn, I have a question.
Yes.
What... that is the question.
Who?
True.
Exactly.
I've always
Why?
wanted to know.
Why? Where? No, okay.
When?
I was gonna ask. Oh, shoot, now I forgot. Okay, no, I remember now. So, Bryn, what have you been up to lately? Like, what have you been working on? Well, like, yeah, you said school, but like, what other stuff have you been doing lately?
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot in the sort of animation scene, really. Um, in terms of what I've been up to in my life,
Yeah.
I took a year out between my second and third year of university, because second year kind of took it out of me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, found it very difficult. So I just kind of needed some time to recoup, you know.
True.
Yeah, spent the year doing kind of quite a lot of maths tutoring for sort of kind of I guess the equivalent in America would be like grade 10 kids, like doing their like the exams before they go to I'm not sure if there's an equivalent, but over here it's called year 11. Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be grade 10. But yeah, I've been tutoring that sort of crowd.
It's kind of like that here in grade 11 or we call them juniors when you're a junior.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
You
12,
take like
and then grade
yeah,
12
you
is
take like
seniors.
you take like an SAT test, or is that what it's called? And they give you your scores, and that's what helps you get into like university and stuff like that. So it's around there.
Okay, yeah. So I think so over here we've kind of got like two big sets of exams before university. There's the GCSEs, which you take in year 11 when you're 15, 16, and then you have the A levels, which you take when you're 18, which is what helps you get into university. So I'm not sure if it's exactly the same.
Now we just have the
I'm not sure how it
ones
is
that
in other states, but I know in Texas you have to take a thing called a TSI, which is like I think it's like Texas something Institute. I don't know what.
Texas,
That one is for like
Texas,
yes.
Texas. Wait, it's
Texas.
I gotta know. It's Texas Sussy Imposter.
You're so funny.
It's so crazy. Texas sexual interests. Is
What?
No,
True.
it's a TSI. You take it, and that's for like if you're in Texas, you have to take it if you're gonna be attending stuff around Texas, universities in Texas and stuff like that. And then you have the SAT, which is on a country level.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting that it kind of differs between state. That's interesting.
Yeah, Texas is a little bit more strict on their education, in terms of like testing out stuff.
Yeah, there's no equivalent in Colorado for that. So
There you go.
it's just SAT or ACT if you want.
So
Yeah. And here it's there's a lot of focus on education like that.
I
so
mean,
it's-
yeah, here in Texas you still have to take those, but also there's just an also TSI test.
Hmm.
Because
I
I
keep
took
hearing that. I want to think it's Texas Instruments.
yeah.
I think it actually is created by the Texas Instruments. I'm not sure, but
Huh,
I might be
I
wrong.
could believe it.
And what are you majoring in, Bryn, or what are you looking to study?
So I'm majoring in computer science.
Brenda, I am too.
Ah,
Hi, hi.
I
Well,
did this for a
What
year.
year are you in? How many years have you done, Joseph?
I will be doing my first time this fall,
Oh, nice. Okay,
but
cool.
I will be entering as
with
what?
an associates.
Yeah, so what that makes me what, a junior or something?
Yeah,
You're
you
in
will be
their third
technically a
year,
junior.
basically.
Yeah, I'll be entering as a junior because I already have my associates.
Oh, okay, nice. Ah, very
Well, that's
cool.
cool. We have the same major.
Awesome.
Wow, major awesome.
I was a computer science major for a year, and then I realized online college blows ass, so I am not in college. I'm waiting for all that to die down. before
Yeah,
I
why
go
do you think
back.
I waited? I hate
Joe
online
waited.
classes.
I had to struggle through online classes. I imagine you did too, Bryn. Or
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I found second year so difficult. Because I literally did everything from my bedroom. I didn't have to go in once. Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, but I don't know about you
it
guys,
is.
but
It sucks.
yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I hate online classes because like if I'm just in my same room or like whatever, I just like be distracted. I like have to be at the school.
Yeah, I okay, so for all of high school and like probably middle school too, I was very adamant that I wanted to do online school because I really hated having to go there. But then I went to college, was forced online, and I think I'm gonna blame it on the fact that the school was unprepared and didn't do online stuff before,
Mm.
that made it so terrible. But yeah, if I'm gonna go back, I've gotta actually be there. I don't want to do online school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
looking at going in person this year.
Yeah, I think for me this coming year it's going to be kind of a hybrid kind of approach,
Yeah.
which I think is probably good. Like, I do think some aspects of school probably work better online, particularly
Yeah.
things like lectures. Because I mean, sometimes if you're in a lecture hall and you just have a professor going over some really complicated stuff, if you get lost for a second, then that's it, you're done. But if you've got, a pre-recorded video that you can pause and rewind and stuff, in a way, I kind of feel like that's better. But yeah, the online stuff for like group projects and like, actually trying to solve problems and stuff, it's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I appreciate the lectures and stuff, but then when they're like, do it at your own pace, oh man, it's hard for me
Yeah,
to feel motivated to do what I need to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this year
Yeah.
I am going back in person, but I am also taking some of them online. But
yeah,
since I'm going back in person, I I can just stay at the school and work on my online assignments like while I'm there, and that makes me feel like way more eager to do my work because I'm in a school setting. Like it feels more scheduled. Is the best way to explain it. Like I'm there, like I'm taking time out of my day to be here, so I'm here. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I feel motivated to do it now. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, yeah, because
You're
I
at home,
guess I
you can't
think it's
schedule it yourself. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think I've had maybe a slightly different experience of university than most people anyway, because I I've stayed living at home for it. So like even during first year when I was going in person, I just sort of go in for the day and then I come home. So it's felt a lot more like just like school than something different, I suppose. I mean, but that's sort of what I prefer really. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about college life? Like, how did you feel when you went to the university and you were there and you're like, well, like, I'm here. Like, how did you feel, like, compared to, high school or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think because I was living at because I am still living at home. The difference was maybe a bit smaller than it would have been if I had you know was living sort of at this on campus or whatever. But yeah, I actually found it. I found it. The main thing that sort of I struggled with the most was just kind of how hard everything felt compared to school. Like in terms of the academic work, like I was really kind of thrown by that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I just kind of like struggled with everything. Yeah, so I guess that's also sort of why I wanted to take a year out after second year. It's just like
Yeah.
just all felt too hard. But yeah, hopefully third year will be okay, and I'll just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, my year of college was interesting because like either teachers just stopped caring about like academics and they just like gave you lectures and then the most minor assignments ever to complete over the course of a week or whatever, or they kept up the intensity from before and or ramped it up. It was very uneven. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah, it's a thing about college. Personally, when I went to university, like I found it freeing. Um, like like I wasn't staying on campus or anything, but it was like maybe 30 minutes out of where I live. I had to drive over there and stuff. But when I was there, I was like, you're kind of obviously you're treated like an adult because you are an adult at that point. Um, so I was walking and I look at people like walking and doing their own things, and I'm like, kind of so different from high school because high school is so closely knit. You have your groups and stuff like that, and everyone has to be doing something, and everyone's like doing it because they have rules. You can't be on your phone and stuff like that. But there's people that are just sitting outside doing whatever they want because they're adults and no one's gonna tell you anything.
Woo!
So I'm like,
Adult.
wow, I can basically do anything I want. Like I can go to class, get out of class, and decide to go eat, a sandwich or something, and spend my time doing whatever while I wait for my other class or something like that. I don't know. It
Yeah,
felt more
no,
freeing because you're an adult and you can do what you want, I guess.
Yay.
yeah, that's a good point.
I loved the independence when I was there.
Yeah,
Like,
the independent
everything else
aspect of
sucked.
it was cool. Cool, not
I,
so much, but being independent and doing what you want.
Hell yeah. Time to
I,
streak.
what are you majoring in, by the way, Rankin?
I'm majoring in English with a focus on creative arts, so trying to
Oh,
become a
nice.
writer and stuff like that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And how far through the degree are you?
This is gonna be my last year already.
Okay, yeah.
Coming up this fall and spring semester is gonna be my last year, and then I'll be off trying to write,
Well,
get my name out there,
for your
become a writer.
masters or for your bachelors.
Yeah, bachelor's, and then I'm off trying to make a name for myself.
Very nice, very nice.
My boy's all grown up.
So, Voka, what's your major?
Time flies.
Right now,
Yeah.
sitting in front of a computer. I'm not in college.
Well, what was your major? Oh, was it computer
Well,
science?
when you plan to
Yes.
go back, are you gonna change your major?
Probably, yeah. I'm thinking I might go into math.
Ew.
Ah,
But
that's
alright.
interesting.
Well, that sounds
I
good.
find it
Personally,
fun
I thought
and
you would have gone
interesting.
into like linguistics or something.
Yeah, you're like Esperanto, man.
True. I mean, maybe, but like not as a major. Linguistics, beyond what I know, is mostly just like explaining how languages develop, like evolve from one to another. That kind of thing I don't really care about. I like the actual features of language.
Features.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's always something that could satisfy your interest in that field.
Feel. Yeah, make it your minor.
Yeah, I probably will.
Follow-up question to Bryn. Do you have a minor?
Uh,
Are you a
kind
minor?
of. It's a little bit different. For UK universities, like I don't think most degrees have majors and minors, but
Uh-huh.
but I'm doing computer science with what's called an engineering minor in artificial intelligence.
Whoa.
So it's very very like closely related to it. But yeah, like because at the university I go to, all the sort of degrees in the engineering faculty had to pick a minor, and there were like a bunch. There was like nanotechnology, biotechnology, that sort of thing. But it had to be sort of at least a little bit different to the major you were doing. So like as a computer science student, I couldn't pick the data science minor, but I could pick the artificial intelligence one. So I did.
Well, that sounds
So,
cool.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Does
in
it
a way, I
interest you?
sort of wish that I picked something a little bit different. Like I think in hindsight, I probably would have picked the one on nanotechnology because that's something I'm interested in, but is also a little different. So it would have kept things varied. But yeah, oh well.
You can't change it anymore, or you've gone too like you've already done classes for your minor already that you don't feel like you want to change it.
Yeah, because so there was one module for the minor in second year, and there are two in the third year. So in order for me to change it, I'd have to kind of first of all I'd have to like go through a bunch of official channels to get it sorted. And it's like I don't really want to do that.
True.
But also I'd have to learn all the stuff from the second year class of the new minor that I'd be doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like you pretty much have to restart.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
True.
I mean, the artificial intelligence one is still interesting. I'm not complaining.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing's really cool to me, but like, and
Did you guys see that
I know
thing?
the principles of it, but it's
Uh-huh.
I can't program very well, despite being a computer science student. Hee hee.
I know. I have
Hey, man.
first-hand knowledge.
Programming's hard, man. Don't worry.
I always hear people complain about it, so you're not
Ooh.
alone.
Can't wait to go into
But,
that field because that's what I'm going into.
Hee
Did you guys see that thing about that AI or whatever with Google?
No.
Which there's a few been circulating around.
Well, that one where that guy talked to the AI and the AI was like showing signs of sentient.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where it was like, I don't really believe it personally. I think that it was just like that
Scripted.
AI just being an AI,
True.
but it was saying stuff like, oh, like I have feelings and stuff like that, or I don't want to be experimented on. And then the guy was like, well, that's what you're for. Like, we're not doing anything harmful to you. We're just experimenting on AI and stuff like that. And then it's like, okay, well, like please let me know whenever you plan to because I have feelings and stuff like that or whatever. And the guy was like freaking out and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know if I believe that he was truly sentient. I just think that it's an AI.
He could have just been trolling.
Yeah.
AI learns to troll.
True.
AI learns to troll.
That's its only feeling. It just knows how to troll.
Yeah.
It's feeling a little mischievous.
Exactly. They do a little tomfoolery.
Who knows?
That's great. I've always wondered when, like how hard it would be to replicate sentience if you just made a big enough AI neural network. Maybe you could do that.
True.
I don't know. Who knows if it was actually like sentient in the way that you would describe it.
Dude, imagine randomly generated emotions. Yo.
True.
You mean human life?
No, but it's like every like 10 seconds you get a new emotion. It's
Actual hell.
true.
Actually.
There's this idea in like AI that every advancement we make that is supposed to indicate like sentience we just brush off as it's just an AI being better, like text generation. It's just stringing words together.
True.
That putting actual images together is just throwing some pixels on a screen.
Can't
And
wait
just
for the
keep
robot
delaying.
overtake.
And you just keep delaying what actual sentience is.
Can't wait for the robot
Go
uprising.
great, go great. And then what about that other AI, the Dolly 2 or
Yeah,
whatever? I
That's
want to
funny.
use it, but you have to wait for it. It sucks.
Yeah.
True.
I that, that thing doesn't work quite as well as you might hope because I put in once alarm clock with 13 hours instead of 12, and the faces on the clocks were completely incomprehensible.
No, that's Dolly Mini, because it's a lesser version, so it's not as good.
Yeah, Dolly too, and even then you have to be very specific on what you wanted to display, and along with like what style you would want it. So when you
Yeah.
just put clock with 13 faces, it'll just do that. But you have to be like, I want an alarm clock with 13 hours on the clock in photorealistic HD, blah 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 blah, and then it'll be like okay, and then it'll give you that specific stuff. You just have to be specific with it. Speaking of specifics and memes, Bryn, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel when that British meme was popular, where people were like, "Oh, you're British"?
Cringe.
Hmm. Sorry. Which? I feel silly. Which meme?
I have to
I,
check it.
It just- There's a constant like
Or there's a
it's like
constant like thing that goes around there, like, "Oh, you're British, huh?" Or like, people make fun of people because they're
British
British.
people be like.
Or like an example is like there's one where people always go like bottle of water.
oh yeah. No, I actually love that, but mostly because I kind of I. It seems like a joke, but I often hear people actually talking like that, and I'm like, man, that's that really deserves to be made fun of. I'm all for
Yeah,
that.
Bryn likes it because it's funny because it's true.
Yeah, pretty
There's also
much.
this one. This is the one that I think is the most. I'll send it in the group chat, I guess. It's the one that's
Yeah,
most
no.
like well known.
Yeah, I mean, as a Brit, my teeth are pretty poor, I gotta admit. So, yeah, I can sort of laugh at myself with that one. Yeah.
I've heard like outside of America, Americans are kind of mocked almost for having very white teeth because like we kind of care a lot more about that than other cultures.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I try to take good care of my teeth, but I think it's just a British thing. They're just destined to be disgusting
Oh,
and
you
yellow
got you
and
got the
falling
Brit
out.
Constantly
genes.
submerged in black tea.
The British
Yeah,
things hit you.
You got the British genes.
yeah, but I don't know how you guys got such nice teeth. You gotta share some of that toothpaste with me or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I'll
ever heard
ship
of
you
a
some.
I have no idea. I guess I mean, how big are dentists in Britain?
Yeah,
Honestly,
no, it's a well-respected profession.
is it okay?
Yeah.
Cause here, like especially where we live, like dentistry is huge. And here's another thing, cause we live on the border in near the border to Mexico.
Mexico,
Yeah. So and
not
there's like this little
Canada.
city, not Canada. We and there's a city in Mexico that you can walk to from America. And
Yeah.
in this city, I kid you not, there is like 70 different dentistries like on that street alone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's funny too because people will sit there and be like, "Come to my dentistry. If you get your teeth cleaned, you get a free foot massage." People
Oh,
will advertise for anything. It's like, we will do your nails. If you get your nails done here, you also get like a free, uh, dental cleaning or like prescription or something, or like for your teeth or stuff like that.
well,
You
that's
know.
okay. That's yeah. It's not at all like that. Well, so how often would you say that you go to the dentist?
Would you believe it?
I would say,
Would you believe I've never been to a dentist?
Oh,
What?
really?
I've never been to a dentist.
But you still
That's
got
why.
nice
That's
pearly
why Joe's
whites?
decaying.
My teeth is alright. I mean, I never had a cavity or anything. It's just like my
That
teeth
is
aren't
remarkable.
perfect, but like they're not broken or anything.
It is remarkable that you have okay teeth if you've never been a dentist and have your diet.
It's because I'm built different, Saboka. I made
Yeah,
roommates.
Um,
This has already come to pass.
So
I
true.
don't really go to a dentist that much either. I haven't gone since because I had to get braces when I was in middle school and stuff, and I had braces
Yeah.
until maybe the end of high school. So I had to go to an orthodontist for like years.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. Do you still have to wear a retainer at night, like once a week?
Yeah, that stuff's permanent, which sucks.
Yeah. I hate
You-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Sometimes I'll
stuck
forget
there.
to wear it for like 4 weeks, and then I'll put it in, and it'll be like the worst pain ever.
Ooh.
It is just hurting your teeth. That stuff sucks. I try so hard to avoid that stuff, but you know, you can only do
My
so
teeth
much.
are
Because I forget too. It's a pain when you have to put it in.
True.
Yeah.
My teeth are perfect. I've never had to get braces.
It's because you're
Man,
Norwegian.
It's true.
Average Norwegian. I actually in middle school I had to get 2 of my teeth removed. Um, on my sides. I think it's some of my molars or something like that. Molars. I don't know what you call it.
Molars.
Molars.
Molars, yeah.
I got them pulled out, and it was so horrible. Like the surgery sucked. I had to get like an IV, and the guy couldn't find my needle. I mean, my needle, my vein.
Your knee. Yeah.
He couldn't find my vein, so he kept poking me over and over again.
Oh no, I hate
Uh,
that.
Yeah, actually, I think that actually traumatized my body because I just have an aversion towards needles now.
Yeah,
Like
I hate
whenever I talk
needles.
about it, like that area where I got poked like hurts. So like my
Oh.
body just reacts to it now, which is kind of funny. But anyways, I got it pulled out. I had to go through get the gauze in my mouth, and I was bleeding from my mouth for days and stuff like that. And then I had to deal with the fact that my mouth or my cheeks, I would say, like inflamed. So I look like Quagmire.
Oh no.
And I had to go to school. I did not want to go to school. I was so embarrassed, but they're like, you have to go to school. So I was walking around looking like Quagmire, and it sucked so bad.
Oh,
Did you
man.
go, ow!
Giggity giggity. My mom made me say giggity.
I believe it.
She's like, I'm gonna record it and you're gonna say it. And I was like,
Oh yeah, do you have the video?
Oh, that's brutal.
I do have the video somewhere. Well, my mom does, but it's lost the time.
That's
Wait,
probably
did
lost
you
media.
were you under local or general anesthetic? Like, did you get put to sleep, or did you just get your mouth numbed?
I got put to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I got put
Oh
with
man,
the-
Ruben
with
died?
Yeah.
They put me to sleep forever. It was like anesthesia, but well, I don't know if it's anesthesia exactly, but it was like through an IV pouch. It was pretty weird because he's laying there. I'm laying there. He's like looking at my own senses like, no, I'm laying there.
He's like, join me, Ruben.
And he's like, you're gonna do you feel anything like in your toes or whatever? And I'm looking down at my toes, and I'm like, well, not really. And he's like, okay, give it like 15 seconds. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna count to 10 and you're gonna pass out. And I was like, psh, whatever. I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I pass out. I'm like, oh my god. And I woke up and slowly it weaned off me and I felt the pain and it sucked so bad.
I believe it.
All that stuff sucked.
Whenever I next get general anesthetic, I want to see how long I can fight it.
Yeah.
Saboka has like boxing gloves. Like,
I want someone to record it.
Fighting in his head.
true. He's
Scream.
fighting the demons.
I'm just trying to talk, and then I just slowly lose it.
You have a stroke.
Yeah.
Bryn, have you ever seen Joe in real life?
I have not. No.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
not many
crazy.
people have.
I'm surprised by how many have. It's weird.
Have you seen him?
Well, Ruben, it's because he lives right next to me, so
Oh, okay.
sort of has to.
Yeah.
Despite my best attempts, I do see him.
True. He cannot avoid me. And then
I went
Saboka's a
to
special
Texas to
case.
visit.
Yeah, tell the story, Saboka. Tell it.
So about a year ago, almost about a week off, I went to Texas for not to see Joe, but then he went there anyway, and I had to see him.
True.
He took the time to go see him. Yeah, we went to go see Spoka because he was in Texas. And then
Gerardo was there.
Gerardo.
Yeah, Gerardo
Yeah.
came too.
Came
Oh,
all the
cool.
way from where he lived, and we were like, hey.
So Gerardo and Saboka are special cases because of how they know. because they had to.
Much to my dismay,
Very
I've
nice.
not only seen Joe, I've experienced Joe.
True. Well, I mean, if it's like an equal thing, I don't know what Bryn looks like either. So a fair equivalent.
Yeah.
British.
That-
True.
He looks British. Okay.
I believe
I've got my monocle. got my-
your top hat.
Yeah.
Sipping a tea. He's got his biscuits next to him.
I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, interestingly, I'm actually well, I don't know if it's interesting, but I'm actually not a tea drinker at all.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just because I'm like, I guess, stubborn. Because I tried it once when I was like 7. Like I just tried a sip of my mum's tea. I was like, man, this is terrible. Why does anyone drink this? And I just haven't tried it again.
I believe it.
I remember
Yeah, and I just don't. I don't really see a need to. Like, I'm perfectly happy with not drinking it. So it's like, what's the point?
True.
I remember years and years ago, I was in some hotel or motel room, and they had this like, I think it was black tea that you could make on whatever machine they had, and I just said, you know what? I've drank coffee before. I think it's pretty alright. I'll try black tea. It was terrible.
I believe
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
Yeah,
And
I
I've
don't
never
really.
had it again until like a couple years ago. Then I tried it with like sugar and milk or whatever. Then it was fine.
I don't really understand like tea in general, like all the different flavors and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's good for you. It's like, I'll just have a water. Give me water. I'll just drink water
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
I
Right?
only I only like 2 types of teas: green tea and cinnamon tea.
I only like
Um,
lemon tea, but with sugar and stuff like that.
Well, that's pretty much that's pretty much what green tea is.
green.
So
Um,
true.
green,
How?
Is green
Okay.
tea sugary?
Yeah, it's sweet.
not
It's
not,
like
Oh.
not by default. I don't think.
no, yeah.
How often? How often? Okay, I don't want to mean to stereotype or anything like that, but how often, whenever you go to another person's house, do they offer you tea? Honestly.
Uh, pretty infrequently actually. But I will say that my mum does offer tea to other people in my family multiple times a day. So yeah, I think it's just because yeah, probably just because I don't go around to many people's houses. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's definitely a big thing to just be like, yeah, you want a cup of tea? Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. What do you drink then? I mean,
Yeah, I'm just a
Drink
water man.
water.
Water all day. Yeah.
Do you drink
Nice.
Coke?
Do I what? Sorry.
Do you drink Coke? You fancy yourself? I mean, a Coca-Cola.
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah, when I was younger, I drank a little bit of it. Drank quite a lot of apple juice when I was younger, but I'm more just a water man these days.
Right.
Interesting. I find it so weird just because here in Texas, it's Coke or Coca-Cola is just such a big thing. Or
Yeah.
soft drinks in America, are a big thing.
Yeah.
I'm
You
more of a
drink- you
Pepsi
drink
guy
Coke
myself.
with it.
Yo, same.
True based.
You drink a soft drink along with your meals these days and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's
And if you're in
interesting.
Texas and you go to a restaurant or whatever, if you get a large cup, you get one big enough to sustain a village.
Yeah. You know what they say?
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
You go to a gas station here and they have like a huge cup of like a soft drink. You get it for 79 cents or something.
Yeah, you could pretty much get like
Oh.
half a liter of soda for like 79 cents.
Dang.
I know, right?
I would actually like to visit Texas. It seems like a cool place.
Yeah, Texas.
Very very hot, I've heard though, and I'm not.
Oh
good with
yeah,
the heat.
do not visit in the summertime.
Go
Yeah,
in the
no,
winter.
Yeah,
Go to
winter.
San Antonio in like the winter time. It's very nice.
I went
Yeah.
when I
Yeah, no,
visited-
because as a man with red hair, my skin it ain't so good in the sun. I burn real easy. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me tell you. I went to Houston in the summer, and Houston is very humid. It was very hot, and it's not even as hot as it normally gets. I understand. Like,
True.
but it
Yeah.
was still unbearable. It felt like I was hitting a wall of heat every time I walked out of a building.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Was melting apart. Me and Joe and Jordan were like, what?
No, it was very humid at Houston though, because over here it's not very humid. It's just
It
really
what
hot.
what kind of temperatures does it reach where you are, Joseph?
Oh, right now, well, I don't know about right now, but yesterday it reached to like 100 something degrees Fahrenheit.
Jesus,
Yeah.
good lord.
So it was
Not
very
Yeah.
hot.
Celsius.
Like right now right now it's pretty hot out today. I know because I went outside.
It's probably
a bit
100
ago.
again.
It's 97 degrees,
97.
but it feels like 102 degrees, so it's pretty hot out.
So I just got to do a little Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion over here.
Oh
So
yeah. Okay, hold on. I'll give it to you real
100
quick.
is like
37. Holy, that is
Yeah.
wow. That is
Yeah.
very hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
how
lord.
hot is it for you
I
right
literally
now?
don't think I've ever been in temperatures that hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, how does it get for you over there?
I mean, the hottest it got was actually pretty recent, like really recent, like last week, and it was 34 Celsius. So let me see what that would be.
Hold on, we need a
That'd be,
translator.
Yeah, so that's only 93.
93
Yeah,
93 Fahrenheit.
That is
Yeah,
still pretty hot.
That is still
yeah.
pretty hot. Well, what
Yeah,
is it?
no, that
What's it like average? I guess would you say it's like the,
during
or
the
you can
summer,
tolerate it?
during the summer, like at the moment it's like 20 degrees Celsius, but I guess it's like 9:30. So during the day today it was like 27, which is pretty pleasant.
It's
Like
27?
still quite hot, but yeah. So yeah,
No.
so in Fahrenheit that would be 80.
Oh, 18's not that
Wow.
bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Well, I mean, I've heard that like you guys don't really have air conditioning, right?
No, that's true. Yeah, yeah. It's certainly in homes, like in offices, I guess. There's sometimes air conditioning, but yeah, my house does not have an air conditioner.
Whoa,
Man,
That's so interesting.
that's
'Cause,
crazy.
you know,
yeah.
we live here in a world of
Yeah,
air conditioning.
we would die if we didn't have air conditioning down here.
Yeah. They would
Oh yeah, but I mean, you're getting up to 100 degrees. Like, goddamn.
I would be
they
on fire, literally.
They
Yeah.
would melt.
Yeah, I know Joey went through his own personal hell when his air conditioning stopped working in his room. Man,
yeah.
I would not like to live through
True.
that.
That's brutal.
I woke up like in a whole pool of sweat, like a whole actual pool I was swimming when I woke up. I was like, what?
God, yeah, it was very funny when I visited Florida because over there it's also very humid and very hot, and I visited in the winter, and like the people there were complaining about how cold it was, and it was like 50 Fahrenheit, which is probably like 20 something Celsius and like slightly windy, which is funny. Like, that's a nice autumn day over here in Colorado.
It's so different.
True.
I would like to visit the UK. What do you say, Joe?
Yeah, but I don't have any money.
I'm
yeah,
just saying
yeah,
in general.
once that roommate's check comes in, guys, you know, in like the next 20 years, guys, trust me.
I'm suffering.
I am dying.
Have you
Joe
ever
doesn't have money
have
either,
you ever
he just spends it all
traveled
on
around
Whataburger.
to
True.
European areas? Bryn, or not really?
No, actually, well, my family are from Wales, and which is just a little country, kind of very close to England, like it's still in the UK. But so we visit there a couple times a year to see family and such. But the furthest afield I've gone, in terms of Europe, is actually just France, and I went when I was really young, so I don't really remember it.
You could swim
Yeah,
over there.
Oh, wow.
yeah. But yeah, I actually have been to the US. When I was like 14 or 15, my family went to New York, which was pretty awesome, I gotta say.
Well,
Oh yeah, New York is awesome. I went there
Yeah.
recently last year. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, going to I was well, we did all the touristy things. We went up the Empire State Building. We went to Times Square, and it was all I was really excited for it, and I felt like it met all my expectations. So I'd
Did
really
you
love to go again.
did you get a New York slice of pizza?
I
The New
actually,
York slice.
well, we certainly had pizza one night or a couple times, but I don't know if I got like the classic New York style slice.
It's a little hard in New York just because everyone wants to advertise that their pizza is the original pizza in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Every,
certainly had
every,
some pizza while I was there.
every New York pizza place around the country always says that they're world famous. They have these like, they all look identical. They have this like white and red pattern like tablecloth. They have old family pictures hanging around the building.
They have like 2 pictures of like a celebrity that happened to walk into the store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they say the world famous can't even look them up on Google.
true.
I went to New York, yeah, last year, and it was awesome. I went in November, so it was like cold and it was perfect. Like, I don't know. I think big city living is for me personally when I get older, but
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome.
But
Living
Bryn,
in
just
the
wait
city.
until you see the rest of the U.S., which is all just cornfields.
Yeah.
It's like big city cornfield, big city cornfield, big city cornfield.
Yeah.
True.
Here
Oh,
in here in Texas especially. In Texas, if you want to travel out of Texas, it's gonna take you like a whole day to get out of there.
yeah. Texas is like the biggest state.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so if you want to go,
Nearly.
for example, where we live, if we want to go to like Dallas or something, it's gonna take about like 12 hours to get there or something like that,
True.
Jeez.
12-hour drive. I've heard.
just by driving.
I don't know how universal this is, but I heard, like, in the UK by their standards, a prohibitively long drive that would mean you would only do it once every few years is like half an hour.
Hmm. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but I think probably the longest drive I've done is, well, not me specifically, because I still can't drive. I'm learning, but
Yo, same.
can't do
High
it yet.
five.
Yeah, high five.
Yeah.
Loser.
Oh.
Joe needs to get to driving.
But yeah, the longest drive I've sort of been a part of is like kind of 5 hours sort of thing.
And how far did that take you? Like pretty far or not that?
Yeah, so that took me to Wales. Yeah.
Mm,
Wow, so that's a good chunk.
right.
Cause I've heard like it. I don't know. I've heard that like maybe it's like 8 hours to go from like one part of the UK to the other. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think like to go from like somewhere in England to the sort of top of Scotland. Yeah, that could be kind of 8-10 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy. And here in
Yeah.
Texas, it's like you barely make it to like not even half of Texas.
True.
Yeah.
Man, is it that big? Goddamn.
Yeah,
Texas-
it's pretty
yeah,
big.
it's pretty big.
It's almost the
It takes a
size.
lot of-
It's almost the size of a small country.
It's no, it's bigger than that. Hold on.
Bigger than a small country. You heard it here, folks.
Hold on. Let me pull up the truesize.com.
is that what you look up every day, Samoka?
Basically.
Vocals are. I
All
mean,
right.
Vocals
Let's
are pretty
let's get a little comparison. So it is bigger than France.
What? Texas is bigger than France?
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's way bigger than the UK.
I would believe that
Whoa.
pretty easily, to be honest.
I don't know.
Wait, is Texas bigger than the whole of the UK?
Yeah, I think it is actually bigger than the UK.
Whoa.
Holy
bada bing.
shit.
Whoa. I didn't realize Texas was so big.
Oh,
No,
what?
Crazy that you.
Oh shit! Wow.
No wonder I'm so big.
That's crazy that you could, in Europe, you could go from France to Germany to Poland, like. In America, you go from that side to that side. You're still in Texas.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I had no idea.
So,
Is Texas the biggest state? I assume. I hope so.
Yeah.
It is not.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It is the biggest state in the U.S.
Alaska is significantly bigger than Texas.
No, that doesn't count. Alaska's Alaska.
Let me put it into comparison for you, bud.
No, it doesn't count because it's all white. You know, it's all snow.
Listen, you're not
Well,
a
Alaska
population
is-
of 3, but it's still bigger.
Don't.
Alaska
There you go.
is bigger, but
I
I don't know
know.
how it is in terms of population.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it has,
oh yeah,
it has
Alaska
half
is
a
big.
million population.
Wow. Let's all go to Alaska.
Yeah. You could probably
Wow.
just claim Alaska as your own, and you wouldn't face much opposition.
FlowJoe land.
Bryn, have you ever been to Liverpool?
I have not, but that's actually where my parents went to university, and it's where they met.
Whoa.
So if it wasn't for Liverpool, I would not be here.
That'd be,
Yeah.
that'd be crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Bryn,
I want to go to Liverpool just because, I'm a huge Beatles fan, so that's the one
I
place
want to take a
want to
dip in a pool of livers.
I want to take a pic with Liverpool. I was gonna ask, Bryn, do you like burgers?
Yeah, I
Ooh.
could go for a burger.
Dude, if you
What's
ever
your- what's
if you
your
ever
favorite?
visit Texas, we gotta take you to Whataburger. It's the best burger ever.
Oh yeah,
Man,
I
the
have heard
conversation
of
starts.
Whataburger. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not over exaggerating. It is the best. Ask Saboka. He tried it once and he was like,
Is this a gag, Joseph?
No, I'm
are you yanking my
serious.
chain?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so
Are you sure?
let me fill you in as basically another outsider. Californians and Texans will always yell at you that their local burger chain is the best in the world, either In-N-Out from California or Whataburger.
No, In-N-Out sucks. Well, it's not as good as Whataburger. It's okay.
And
Wait,
this
so is
what happens
Whataburger local to Texas?
pretty much.
Yeah, but
partially.
there's
There's
some-
like some
Oh well,
in
yeah.
like there's some in like Arizona or
Or
Nevada.
no, in Oklahoma there's some.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's also some in Arizona and Nevada too.
Yeah, but those
But-
the
Yeah.
Texas ones are the true authentic ones.
Yeah, if you claim to have had it, but it's from the wrong state, they'll yell at you that it's not the authentic experience.
Exactly. No, but trust me, Bryn. If you ever go to Texas, you gotta try Whataburger.
Alrighty,
They're huge.
I'll put it on the
burgers.
list.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite food, Bryn? Honestly, that you sit
Hmm.
down and be like, I could go for this just any time of the day.
That's a very good question.
Beans on toast.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with some beans on toast. I gotta be honest. I don't know. I'm a big I'm a big tuna man. I do like me some tuna. I know that's not a meal, but yeah, I'm a big
Like,
as
do you like-
certainly as
like tuna from a can, or like tuna as in like
fresh cut. of
fresh tuna?
I gotta say I can always go for some canned tuna. I had some canned tuna today. In fact, it was pretty good.
I love
we
canned tuna.
are the same.
Apparently, do you like tuna by itself or like in a salad, like tuna salad?
I like having it like either in a sandwich or with rice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. I usually always have it in a tuna salad, but the way that I make it, for some reason, I mean, the way that my family makes it, for some reason, has a lot of controversy with whoever I talk to about it.
Oh yeah.
Because like I make my tuna salad with the tuna with mayo, which is like what people put mayo, but I put pickles and then I put boiled egg in there. Like I'll boil an egg and then cut up. I'll take out like the yolk in the middle and then I'll cut up like the egg part and then put in the tuna. Mix it around and
Yeah.
that's my tuna salad.
I mean, I think that's not something that I do personally, but I do think I think that's called like Nikoi salad, isn't it?
Interesting.
I think it's I forget exactly, but I do think that's actually a thing. Wait, let me search it up. Yeah, I can't really pronounce it, but Nicois.
Nicois
It's
salad.
a French thing.
I have to
I see.
look it.
And yeah, it's tuna and egg.
Yeah, that's almost similar to kind of how I have it.
Ruben, you've been making Nikoi salad this whole time.
Well, this one's more like if they didn't cut up the egg, but I cut up the egg into like bits.
Oh,
You know,
okay, I
put it all
see.
together like in a more like a.
Well, that it's not something that I've done before, but I'd certainly be willing to try it. Sounds like a pretty interesting idea, actually.
That's just how it. That's the like the most common way people make tuna salad down here.
Hmm.
You know, that's how people have it. It's pretty good though.
Yeah, I guess a pretty common thing over here for like tuna salad is like which is kind of quite often how I have it. It's like, well, I don't usually have mayonnaise. I usually have salad cream. Uh, I don't know if you guys have. Wait, do you guys have Heinz, like Heinz ketchup, Heinz baked beans?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do
Uh,
a thing. Yeah, so they do a kind of mayonnaise similar thing called salad cream, which is just like mayo but kind of tangier.
I
Um,
Interesting.
I don't think I've heard of it.
maybe it's
Realize different
The
names
the
over here.
closest I can think about that sounds like that, but maybe it's not it at all. The most something that sounded like that was like Heinz sandwich spread, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's not too similar, but it's similar in the sense that it's quite tangy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah, so the kind of fairly standard tuna salad get up, I guess, is tuna and mayo or salad cream either way, but then also cucumber and sweet corn.
Oh yeah,
Works pretty well.
I've heard about that too. There's some people that here that make their tuna kind of like that with the
Yeah,
cucumber and sweet corn in there.
yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Interesting. How often do you have an English too?
What? Sorry.
What is it called? Am I getting it wrong?
A what?
An English breakfast. That's what it's called. Sorry. No.
Oh, a
is it-
full
yeah.
English breakfast. Not not very often, to be honest. I'm more of a porridge man, oatmeal. But I do have I do have me some eggs occasionally. Yeah.
I, I'm being just to be honest. I've seen like a full English breakfast, like pictures and whatnot. It, it just looks like some ingredients rather than.
Yeah,
full
rather than a
dish.
meal. Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from there. Yeah.
Honestly, it looks pretty appetizing, but that's just kind of like how breakfast is almost in a way kind of here. I mean, since we're so close to Mexico, we obviously have a lot of Mexican culture because well, my family and stuff is originally from Mexico and stuff like that. So our
Orderly.
breakfasts are more like beans and eggs together, um, ham and egg. It's like a lot of egg with something with
Yeah.
tortillas and everything like that. So it's like that or chorizo and egg and stuff like that.
I love
It's a lot
chorizo
different.
and egg. Yes.
Joe has a mental breakdown of chorizo.
True.
It's a lot
Ruben.
different. Our beans are a lot different than your guys' beans. I'm pretty sure about that.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah. Well, what is your beans like? What is your guys' beans specifically?
I mean, so, well, I mean, when you say beans, do you mean baked beans, or do you mean like the kind of beans you have in a burrito or something?
What are the beans that you guys eat the most? I guess.
Oh, so
I,
definitely baked beans. So that's
baked
like
beans.
the beans in a tomatoey sauce,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Heinz baked beans.
Ours is a lot different. It's
Well, people eat baked beans, but we use down here people only really use refried beans.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I've heard of refried beans. I don't know if I've ever tried them.
they're pretty good.
Yeah. Down here, it's very rare that you see anyone make baked beans. It's always like pinto beans.
Oh yeah,
That are put like in like a just water, and then that's it. Like you just put them in water and you make it with some salt and stuff like that, and you got those beans, and then you refry them for later
Yeah,
to eat
refried
again.
beans.
Yeah, like you save them for later, and you kind of keep eating them. That's a lot
yeah,
different.
yeah. No, I have had sort of like just like a bean salad or something, like when you have without the tomatoey sauce. So I like that as well.
Yeah, those are good. No, that's how we have it over here. So it's
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah, but definitely when you say beans, for me the first thing I think of is baked beans, Heinz baked beans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Ruben,
Interesting. Write that
Ruben,
down.
Ruben.
what?
Do you have any more
What?
questions for Bryn?
I'm not sure. Do you have any more questions?
Shivoki, you haven't asked a question. Ask a question.
Are you? Why do you talk like that?
'Cause it's the way God made me.
I'll have a
If
word.
you have a
with
problem
him.
with that, speak to him yourself.
Yeah, go have a talk, Saboka.
Speak to the big man yourself.
The big G.
All right,
True.
that's it from me.
I guess I have one last question to ask.
Yes.
So, over the years, we've known each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
What? What?
Sorry.
What's so
I
funny?
was just half convinced you're gonna speak the lyrics to "Never Gonna Give You Up."
You know, we're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. We've known each other for so long.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, how do you feel about your time with roommates as a whole? I know I sort of asked a similar question earlier, but like, how do you feel about roommates as a whole, like as a series? You know, it's almost at its end. You've been working on it this whole time. How do you feel about that? And then also, how do you feel about like when you're finally done, when we record the last episode?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's something I guess become, kind of attached to. I guess like I really like the character of Landlord, and I feel happy that I've got to play him. Yeah, and I think I will feel pretty like I don't think I'll break down crying or anything as I record my last line, but I think as I after I send you those last lines, I'll be like, oh wow, I'll never get to do that again. It's kind of bittersweet,
Yeah.
But I certainly very much appreciate the fact that you asked me to voice him all those years ago, and I also very much appreciate you being so patient with me, because there have been times where I've kept you waiting for a very long time for lines. So thank you for that, Joseph. You're a very nice man.
Oh, thanks, Bri. Well, thank you for being on the show in the first place.
No worries, man. It's been my pleasure.
Yay. Well, besides, I think, like a couple of more shorts, the next thing I give you besides those will be the finale, like the last, the final episode.
Good lord.
Yeah. I need to start writing that, like next month. Somebody remind me. I need to actually start writing the finale.
I'll admit it. Landlord's my favorite character.
Lance is cool.
Thank you.
I like his funny inventions, and then they explode.
Yeah. Well, I guess that'll conclude this podcast. Anybody have any final sayings, final words?
Thank you very much for having me on. This has been lovely.
It's been pretty. I actually have one last question for Bryn.
Oh yeah.
How has Joseph changed over the years? Is he still the same person, or has he definitely changed as the years have passed?
Well, he's always been very friendly, and that's something I've appreciated a lot.
Yay.
He's always been a nice chap, and I think he stayed consistently nice throughout the years.
Yay,
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Good on you, Joseph. Nice guy, Joe. That's what I've always called him.
Thanks.
Until you know him personally, you know he's a hell on earth.
No.
No, but I think that's about it for everyone, right?
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Bryn. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been lovely talking to you, Joseph, and lovely meeting you fellas. Yeah, very nice chaps. Very nice chaps.
Yay!
Thank you.
Now it's time to head back to 2021.
Woo.
And we're back to 2021. Tune in next episode. It'll be we'll do a Q&A on Discord. The new stage feature is out, I've heard.
Whoa.
So tune in for that. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.